Hey y'all.
What's good? Are you spooked? It's still your girl, Annie Paquaio,
And
the beautiful.
Chevyrydah.
You heard it. And this is the 4th episode of Real Talk. I'm so glad you guys are tuning in. We've got a really special episode, special spooky episode for you.
Yes, and also on the second half of this show, we have a special guest that's going to be calling in to give us some insights on what happens in the Supermax jail. I know the Supermax jail that he went to is called Red Onion, and Red Onion is probably one of the toughest. I mean, I've seen a documentary on that. Red Onion in Virginia.
That's wild. Oh, if it's in Virginia, I already know it ain't.
Yes, I trust me. Stay tuned. I got some stories, and he got some stories
That's
too.
dope. I really want to hear what he has to say. So he's going to be calling in from prison?
From prison.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
He's been in there since he was 19, but we're going to let him tell his story. Happy Halloween, y'all.
Happy Halloween.
I hope y'all be safe. Be safe tonight, you guys.
Can y'all guess who we are?
Yes. Take a wild guess. What do y'all think we are? Who? Hold on. Let me stand up. Wait a minute. You gotta get the purple pants. Who do you think we are? Put it in the comments.
Who do you think we are? Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
It's Real Talk. So
let's get into it. Chung Lee and Raiden. Okay, close. But I got barrettes in. I'm just... Susie! I am Susie Carmichael. The teen version. Because I couldn't find the flowers. So, I'm a teenage Susie Carmichael.
Yes.
Like a good 13. You know what I'm saying?
The improved joint. You know what I mean? This ain't no cartoon where it's real life.
Yes.
She redoes this. I know you've got a really interesting story for us. So she got a story for us, and I'm going to share with you some of the spookiest facts that I could find.
All right, so we going to get into it. So, tonight, I have a story about a man who likes cannibalism. He likes to eat people, if y'all don't know what that is. So,
a mental imbalance.
Yeah, okay.
No disrespect to any cannibals watching.
But fun fact, in Germany, cannibalism is legal. So,
but why?
I have no idea. Now that I have to research, but yes, fun fact, Germany legalized cannibalism. So if you go up there and somebody think you looking mighty tasty,
they gonna eat your ass.
They gonna put a little garlic powder, little onion powder, little sazon, and your ass about to be a dish.
They might be alright with a little sazon.
A little sazon. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's get into it. So, the story begins with Armond. No one can pronounce his last name because he is German. So, Armond was a little boy. How he was born, his mother was going through some issues with the father. And the father really wasn't, feeling her. So she decided to get pregnant thinking that this was going to save the relationship.
Y'all know how these hoes be doing?
Yeah, but it really didn't. It didn't matter. Yeah, it didn't matter. So Armond grew up. His mother really wasn't all that loving to him. The father, I believe, left the family. What else? Like, he just was like a loner kid. He didn't have any friends in school. He got picked on. So he was just strange. You know what I'm saying? So,
see, and those are the ones you ever see a kid and be like, that kid's going to grow up to be a serial killer.
Yeah. Well, I ain't never looked at no kid. I ain't never looked at a kid and be like, now I done looked at a kid and be like, that little boy or that little girl gonna be something. But Yeah, so because he was a loner and his mother really didn't mess with him like that, he started reading books, and he ran across this one book that was actually like describing cannibalism. Like, and it interested him.
Didn't get that boy no opportunity. Now he interested in.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he just randomly picked up a book and they was talking about it. So he got to thinking, he was like, you know, damn, I want to know what a body tastes like. I want to know what a human tastes like, you know. So as he got older, you know what I'm saying, he always thought about it, but he didn't know how to really do it, you know. So when computers came around, I think this was back in the 90s, I believe. When the computers came about in the internet, he started, you know, back in the day, the internet wasn't so secure.
It was wonderful.
Well, it was cheap looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was brand new. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, you can pretty much look up anything. See, now, if you were to look up, like, cannibalism and some of that weird stuff, they will flag your computer down.
Probably have to go to the dark internet.
Yeah, you will probably have to go to a different website to hide your VPN. But back then, you can go and look for these things, and it's just whatever, you know. So he ran across the forum with other people who wanted to eat people. And they were on there talking about, yeah, you know, I want to kill this girl down the street. She looks so good. I just want to put her over some rice. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like a compliment.
No.
But not.
Because this dude is thinking about chopping you up.
That's cool. You want to put me on a plate? Eat me up? You know, but when you
can put me on a plate, but I don't talking about actually eating me.
Yeah, you say literally, like, I ain't know you was trying to eat me.
But, yeah, so, you know, he joined this little cannibalism club, I guess, if you want to call it. And he would lie, talking about how he has tried it before. So he created this website called Cannibalism Cafe. If you do enough searching, you could probably still find this website.
For sure.
So on there, they have these people, like I said, they just basically saying, oh, I want to do it, blah, blah, blah. So he gets on there and start fabricating that he actually doing it. And
so he's capping.
He capping.
He's a capping cannibal.
Yes. And so what he used to do was he used to go to the local butcher place, and he would get meat and carve it into, you know, body parts. And he will shape it out, you know, do all the theatrics or whatever to it, and make it look like it's a human leg or a human arm or something. And he cooks it and tell people that
he went through the most.
Yeah, because he wanted basically a fan club. So one day, this is way before Backpage, like way back. And
some of y'all remember Backpage. Stop fronting because you was on there.
Ooh.
Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
That's all coming out.
Lord. So, he went on this forum and he requested, because he really wanted to do it. He was like, I need a willing
participant.
There you go.
That's why we here. That's why we got each other's back.
I know I sound like Susie. But, he wanted a person who was willing to die and get eaten.
Wow. Don't tell me there was someone crazy.
Yes. It was someone dumb enough or willing enough to get eaten. He thought it was a fantasy. He wanted to get eaten.
But he realized he had to die to get eaten.
Well, I think, let me finish.
Okay.
So, the dude ended up meeting up with Armond. And he basically bitched up. You know, he got scared because the dude had the knives and everything laid out. He was like, man, I ain't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? So he left. So Armond wasn't tripping, but he promised the forum that he was going to produce a body. He was going to cook a body. So he went back to the meat shop, did it all over again. Okay, cool. So, he went back on the forum again, asked for another, say the word.
Participant.
There you go. And Another dude named Gerald, I think his name was, he really wanted to do it. And one of his fantasies was, get this, he wanted to eat his penis. He wanted to share dinner eating his penis. So Armond was like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
To eat that dick.
So they made the arrangements. They made the date. And he sat the guy down in a chair. And first he gave Gerald like pain medicine and like Coke, you know, liquor, anything to try to like,
Coke?
Yeah, Coke.
Oh, okay.
Anything to try to basically not feel it. So he begins to chop off this man's ding dong. And as he's chopping it, the guy is awake the whole time. He's sawing and he's screaming.
This is more than just some freaky stuff. This is making my dick hurt. Cut
it off. So the guy is like, oh my God, you know, he kind of passed out a little bit. So while he over there bleeding, they said that when the blood came out, it was like a fountain. Like when you go to the fountain, it was shooting out like that. So
I know all the guys are like, don't go nowhere.
Don't go to Germany. So Armond went in there, chopped it up, seasoned it up, put a little olive oil, a little onion, a little garlic, and fried it. And then put it over some rice. He put it over rice, like for real.
Oh my goodness.
And began to share the food with the man. He fed it to him. Now, mind you, this guy is bleeding out of his private area, and he's eating his own penis. So Armond didn't really care for the texture. He said that it tastes like, it's like cartilage, like, you know, on a piece of chicken. He said that that's how the penis was. So the guy, you know, technically when you get your penis chopped off, it takes 7 minutes to bleed out. So he took the guy to the bathtub so he can bleed out in the bathtub. But the dude took like 3 hours. He wasn't dying. So the guy said that, you know, he was taking 15-minute breaks. He kept checking on the guy.
You should have went over this with me.
I'm just saying, like, I told you I had a good one.
Oh my God.
So, what happened? So he kept checking on the dude. He wasn't dead yet. So the last hour, he went in there. He was like, look, bruh, I'm sorry. You taking too long to die. So,
oh my goodness.
And slit his throat from ear to ear. And then the dude was dead. So he chopped up the body.
You ain't have to kill old boy.
He was willing. He wanted to. Ooh. So he chopped up the body, put it in a freezer bag. You know how your grandma be putting the meat in the freezer bag and put it in the deep freezer?
Facts.
That's what he did. 50 pounds worth of human body meat. And he ate that over the course of 8 months. Until someone found his internet site. And they reported it to the police. And the police found Armond. And, you know, they found the meat too. And they asked him, like, what is this meat? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, it's wild pig. So they like, bullshit, you lying. So they arrested him. And he admitted to everything. He told them, yep, I did it. You know, the guy was willing. Yeah, I did it, you know. And so they locked him up. But guess how long they locked him up?
Let me take a wild guess. I'm going to say they locked him up for 11 months.
Longer.
Okay, wonderful.
All right, that's guess one. Got one more.
How long do you think? How long do you think someone is deserving?
Now,
because that's not just murder. That's like some sicko shit.
I mean, yeah, but the guy was willing. That's the key point. That's the key point.
He's sick too. But how could they prove it? How could they prove?
Because they have emails between the two scheduling the meetup. How long, in the comments, how long do you think this guy got? Let me know.
He was not kidnapped.
Mm-mm.
So he went willingly.
Mm-hmm.
We can scratch that.
And it's longer than 11 months.
So we're going to scratch out kidnapping. Is it murder?
It's manslaughter.
Yeah, technically. Because he wanted to go out like that. To me, it's not like their personal business.
1.5 years. Okay. Get this. 8 years. And the only reason why he got 8 years is because you did murder. I mean, like, you did kill somebody. And you chopped them up. And you cooked them. That's kind of crazy. But...
Did you mention 8?
Huh?
I think he should get a couple years for eating them.
Well, it's legal.
Just for that being your acquired taste?
It's legal.
Another 2 years.
But he ended up trying to do it again, and that's when they got him for life. Like right now, if you was crazy enough, you can write him. You can write him. His name is Armond, but I couldn't pronounce his last name even if I wanted to. But
that's some wild shit.
Yeah, that's my story of the German cannibal Armond Blickerish. Blickerich. So
that's wow.
That's
wow.
my spooky tale.
Let's check the time.
Yes, because
okay, so he's calling in 7 minutes.
All right, so our guest, where's my phone? Our guest is calling in soon.
And while we are waiting on our guest, he's calling in from prison. So this is going to be interesting. I want to share with y'all a few interesting spooky facts that I found on the dark web.
I'm scared of the dark web. That they got some crazy stuff on there.
Any and everything. Any and everything.
Like, you can buy kids, you can buy people, you can buy, like, drugs. I heard all types of stuff you can get on the dark web.
Any and every. This world is wild. Anything you could imagine and then some. So check this out. Some of you guys may have heard of the Golden State Killer. He committed at least 13 murders between 1974 and 1986. So that's around a lot of y'all's time. He was known for breaking into the victims' houses, undressing, and then standing at the entrance of their bedroom, tapping and scraping his long knife against the door frame until they woke up.
Oh, hell
that
no.
Would scare the fuck out of me.
Oh, no.
Bruh.
I
Stay
feel
strapped
like,
up.
What? Well, I keep knives. I got a knife right underneath my damn...
I'm trying to tell you. He was also known for turning on the victim's TV, placing a cloth over the screen, and using the glow as a light source while he tortured them.
Oh my
That sounds like he was going through some things as he was a child. He was eventually arrested, and the police noted that the computer in his bedroom also had a cloth over it. It was suggested that this was done purposely so that he could relive the murders. Wild, right?
That made me scared because, you know, I live alone. And if I were to see somebody, because, you know, I sleep with the door open. Do you sleep with your door open at night?
For sure.
Okay, I do too. But I still be looking down the hallway because, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But can you imagine a naked man with a knife and you just wake up and see a silhouette? Like, I will flip the fuck out.
It makes me angry to think about it because he's not just killing people. He's going and he's playing these sicko games, you know?
It's the thrill for him. It's
exactly.
The torture.
And that's what bothers me is when, because some people are sick, and some people just end up killing people, and it ain't like that. Not to say that killing people I'm very opposed to it. But you go the extra mile. You plotting out shit, playing games, getting undressed, standing naked in front of my door. Like,
I'm sorry.
Are you horny or?
I think I would have got stabbed at least once because I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know.
You feel me? What they say?
I'm gonna go straight for the giggleberries, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck
run
him
from the knife and charge the gun.
Oh my gosh.
Stay strapped up.
Yes. Keep that junk right on the side of the bed,
I
like
tell
right
you.
there.
We got one for one more. That's wild.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes.
So in the early 1920s, pardon. In the early 1920s, a German family and their new maid were brutally murdered on their farm. However, the family's patriarch had reported several strange incidents in the months before the murders. Them vibes and red flags. These include footprints in the snow leading up to the farm and in the attic, despite there being none leading away from the property.
That's ghosts.
Red flags. No, look. It included the footprints going to but not coming back. And then it says keys went missing and a strange newspaper was found. In fact, the family's former housekeeper had left her job in the months leading up to the murders because she believed the house was haunted. Y'all believe
that gave me goosebumps.
It's therefore been said that the killer was actually hiding in the attic for a period of 6 months before the murders. I know people like that. I know in this particular family, there was some domestic abuse. And the family thought that the domesticator, they thought that the killer was gone, long gone. Come to fucking find out, the killer has been staying in their basement the whole time. Look at me.
They ain't go in the basement?
It was not finished. It was like there no reason to even go down there. It was like more like a large ass crawl space that had a door from the inside.
See, no, man, no. Cause I got a crawl space and I ain't never been down there.
Thank you. Cigarette butts and everything down there. Nigga been living down there in the fucking dirt, bro. Under the fucking house. Under the family. This is real talk. This is real talk.
I'm gonna get my brother to check out.
Make sure ain't nobody camping out
No,
down there.
because sometimes I hear like a thump, but I'm thinking it's like, you know, the heat or the water.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
You can hear that.
But still, like, that don't be happening all the time. And I'll be like, man. But I done got used to it because, you know, I've been living there for a minute. But now I'm thinking like, yo, ooh.
I'm trying to tell you, we talking about that spooky shit.
Because I told my dad, I was like, look underneath there. He was like, ain't nothing under there, girl. Okay. So they put like a big old like board on my door on the crawl spot. That's crazy.
Last but not least, this one's gonna tie into your story of cannibalism. So y'all know Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's my boy.
Everybody know who Jeffrey Dahmer is, right?
I like serial killers. I'm sorry. That's the weird fact about me. I like him.
I mean, at least they serial about something. So Jeffrey Dahmer, he was convicted of 15 homicides. But we're going to put that on pause because guess what, you guys?
Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from...
You hear it. Our guest.
Virginia Department of Corrections, Buckingham Correctional. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse it. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
That boy all the time.
Hello.
I mean, that man.
What up, dude?
Tell everyone hello. This is our special guest.
What's goody, everyone? How y'all feeling? Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Happy Halloween.
Go on and introduce yourself.
My name's Devaughn Hall. Born and raised in Roanoke, Virginia. But you probably know me.
Yeah, that's
Did
my
you say
buddy.
Devaughn Hall?
Yes, his name is Devaughn Hall.
He's in Red Iron.
No, he's where are you at now?
I'm at Buckingham Correctional.
Buckingham Correctional. And how long have you been there?
I've been since
2018?
2018. This month. Yeah, it was 2 years on the 16th of this month.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, basically your background and how you ended up in prison, really.
Okay, well, grew up on 10th Street.
Shout out to 10th Street.
Used to be in Lincoln Terrace real heavy, you know what I'm saying? Just was in the trenches thugging, but I was an athlete too, you know what I'm saying? So I got into some little bullshit when I was younger. When I was 18, so I did a little bit, came home, but I got a scholarship. I went to college, and then that's when I caught this case right here.
What school did you go to, or what college did you go to?
I went to St. Paul's.
Okay, shout out to St. Paul.
Virginia. Yeah. And, yeah, dude I went to high school with, he ended up being Flaw, and I learned the hard way, you know what I'm saying? You can't put your trust in everybody. You can't be doing dirt with just anybody, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Were you friends with this person for a long time, or is this somebody that you just met?
Nah, we had been friends for a minute. Yeah, all through high school. I knew a dude like that.
So what happened?
Yeah. Well, basically one night we was supposed to be going to Virginia Union to holler at another mutual friend of ours, and we got into it with a person, and I ended up getting in a fight with this dude, and his car ended up getting taken, and I ended up getting blamed for it, even though this person admitted to it. Once the victim said it was me, he was able to change his statement, and being that I had already done a bid and I was already in the system, I guess they just had a hard on for me, so they let the evidence change and everything. They didn't really investigate it. They just came at me real heavy on it, and then he got his little plea bargains to testify against me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so and here we are.
Now, I did a little bit of research on your case. Mind you, y'all, when he said that they didn't produce evidence, they never fingerprinted the car. They never, some of the important evidence that would have helped him, really, they never produced.
What do you feel like was the main reason they neglected to do so? Do you think they just ready to lock anybody up, or do you feel that they had a personal, they were being vindictive?
Vendetta.
Thank you, towards you.
Yeah, see, but I think it'd be like they want to give as much time out as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it was his first time being locked up, so they really couldn't do the most to him. But they probably spun it like they was gonna do the most to him, but they knew that they could do the most to me because I had just got out 5 months prior to me getting locked up for this case. So yeah, I was the big fish. You know what I'm saying? Cause especially with mandatory minimums, which I hear they have done away with now, but at the time that was how they gauged the sentences or whatever, and they knew that they could give me more time.
How much time did they end up giving you all together?
Well, I got 10 years for robbery. I got 15 years for carjacking.
What?
And I got
Wait a
3
minute.
In
years
Virginia,
and
yeah.
10 months for a violation.
So,
Wow.
so tell us a little bit about like your experience when you first went to prison, and how did you end up in the Supermax?
Okay. So, I spent a lot of time in the jails just waiting for, like, my violation and trying to appeal or whatever, but it was unsuccessful. I ended up going to Powhatan Receiving, and like, you had this preconceived notion that you have to set the tone for yourself, that you have to let it be known that you're not one to be messed around with, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I wasn't I wasn't no different. I believed in that too, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to receiving, I was just waiting for my chance to show who I was, what I'm about, or whatever. And I ended up going straight from there to a level 5. And by the time I left there, I knew that I kind of got a feel for how prison was going to be, you know what I'm saying? I was saying crazy things off the rip,
Like what?
all right, like in my first week there, a guy from Roanoke, a young white boy, he got raped or whatever, and then the guy who did it, he ended up getting fixed real decent.
He did what?
He ended up getting fixed about it. So another person hit him with a lock and split his face in half. Like, it was it was real there, and every day it was teetering on it. It was like a tightrope of peace, you know what I'm saying? Like any second he could lean this way and go down with these people, lean this way and go down with these people, lean this way and go down with the police. It was always serious.
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever any crooked COs?
Crooked COs.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna answer for you. Hell yeah.
The religious people who had their own movements, it's like everybody had their units. And like, I'll tell you how serious it was. It was this old head in there, right? So I ain't know him from nowhere. So I'm in the shower, and they had community showers there at the time. So he get in, he like, man, yeah, is the water hot? So I'm like, man, it's alright. He said like, yeah, I know you don't know me, but yeah, that ain't none of my business. And next time you let me know that. Nobody ask you questions about that. So he get to, I guess he think he's fooling me or something. He telling me like, man, yeah, when you get to your spot, make sure the first thing you do is find, get you a knife and get you something, get you this and that. Is like, this is the advice they give you, you know what I'm saying? So it's only perpetuating that stigma that, yeah, it's real where you at, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I carried it the whole time. And I ended up getting into some stuff with a whole bunch of people. It's probably like 8 of us. And they labeled me a security threat group member. And that's how I got sent to Red Onion, to the Supermax.
So what was it like when you got to Red Onion? Because I seen a documentary where they real up in there. Like like there was a guy that, because they are locked up for 23 hours a day. And they only come out for an hour, but they're in a cage. Like, think of a large dog cage. That's their rec room. So a guy got murdered in a dog, like in a cage. And I'm like, how in the world did he get murdered? Dude choked him out from behind in the cage.
But can you blame someone for being angry or having that much rage in them when they're in a cage or in confinement for 23 out of 24 hours. You know what I mean? It's not doesn't make logical sense if you're trying to reform.
Yeah.
People.
How did you make it?
I mean, I basically just try to, I just try to stay true to me, stay out the way. Like, I ain't really come at people like that. I kind of stay to myself except for dealing with people who I thought was, well, who reflected my morals and values.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest I just let get by me, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely was real there. When I first get there, those officers, they was crazy. Like, yeah, they let you know that, yeah, you was in their world right there. And
Those power trips.
what, they just like you. And for the most, like, they really ain't like black people, but even white people, Spanish, but they ain't like you either, you know what I'm saying? If you was an inmate there, they was not feeling you. Anytime it could go down, you know what I'm saying? And they let you know that they was their own gang. Like, if you fuck with them, it's going down, you know what I'm saying?
Because they have to be there too. They basically are in prison their damn selves, so they're not really, you know what I mean? They kind of got a chip on their shoulders also,
Right.
in my opinion.
Definitely.
What was some of the craziest things that you saw out there, like while you was in the Supermax?
Oh yeah, I definitely saw some wild things. All right, like I saw people toting guns there when we was at long term stay just before they opened it up and made a population side. But at one point, people, instead of like having weapons or whatever, they'll tote, they'll fill up like lotion bottles or milk bags or whatever with like urine and feces and mix it up, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm strapped up. Like,
Ew.
like and they used to go to war outside and really like be shooting at each other with it. Oh,
With
man,
doo-doo
it was
and pee?
Yeah, it was that serious.
I heard it can get real trifling in there with the
like,
shit.
Literally.
I think I got threatened probably like twice. Like, yeah, I'll shit you down. I'll shit you down. La la la. I'm like, if you do, you can never come out of here. You can never come to the yard. Yeah, like, like you can never let me see you again because you trying to hurt me. And I'm going to retaliate in kind. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm so happy I never did that. I never had to play in those type of games or whatever. But yeah, those was the weapons of choice back there, and they was not scared to hit anybody. Police, inmates.
So tell me something, because I always think about the food. You know, I have a particular diet. I don't think it would change regardless of where I was. So please tell me about the food in prison and what's the best way that you can eat good while you're there.
All right. They do have a different diet called common fare where they give you a kosher meal, basically, I believe. A lot of produce and eggs or whatever. But if you eat in a regular trade, man, you might get 2 or 3 trays that I think is edible a week or so. But man, for real, if you ain't got no outside support,
Right.
you doing bad. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard that? No outside support, you doing bad.
I couldn't order food. You know what I'm saying? And I went from like $2.35 to $1.87 in my little 2.5 years while I was in segregation. So it was definitely real.
So what is the name of the food that you need to ask for in order to get like produce and stuff? What is it called?
Common fare.
Common sense? What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know what it means or something, but but I know.
Oh, you know what I mean? If you got common sense, that's probably the one you want to eat.
Right?
Because I heard,
Yeah.
I heard that there's in prisons like that. I don't know about that one in particular. I heard from a little birdie in the kitchen that a lot of that food says not for human consumption.
Yep.
And that's what they giving y'all. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I never knew it until I actually worked in the kitchen. But even before then, I couldn't eat it because, well, it's a certain food called meat rock, and it comes in a box.
Mm-hmm.
It's like gray and pink. It's weird. But anyway, I couldn't eat it because it changes. It's the same thing, but one day it's chicken, the next day is beef, the next day is turkey. And I'm like, how can this joke be so many different animals?
Right.
I'm like, oh no, I don't want that. I can't eat no mystery meat.
That's pretty much what that is.
I want to know what animal I'm eating. It just so happened I have a strong support system. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my day ones. Shout out to Tilly, my mom, my grandma, my brothers. They be having my back. So I'm just so lucky to been fortunate to be able to eat how I want it. Even though even the commissary is nothing but food you get out of a gas station or something. So your diet is trash. Yeah, that's why a lot of people, I think, be working out in here because it's the only way you'll look crazy if you didn't, because it's not like you can eat healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what is something that you can give to the people to let them know, like, this ain't no game? Because right now, at least in our city, it's so many people that is killing people, and they're not thinking about the repercussions after the actions that they do. They just they're just feeling the emotion at the moment. And then they don't realize that you're going to jail. And they not prepared for the shit that they about to go through. So what is it that what kind of advice can you give the people to keep their ass out of jail?
I would tell anyone who was out there thugging in the trenches, like, this is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand because, you get to a certain way and you don't want to be thought of as lame, and you don't want to be broke, and you ain't pussy, or, you know what I'm saying? You got a certain image you want to uphold, so no one will try you, or whatever the case may be, or so you can get the girl you want. But man, once you in here, all that goes out the window. You celibate unless you celibate.
Booty level.
Yeah, you ain't your dudes that you thought was with you, unless they some real ones. They gone. They doing their.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, you get 20 minutes to talk. You know what I'm saying? you doing bad. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't here amongst people who you don't know like that, who is trying to trick you out everything you got. You know what I'm saying? And it just has you real cynical and jaded. It changes you as a person. You know what I'm saying? And not for a good way, but. Being that I grew up in here 15 years, you know what I'm saying, I try to stay positive because freedom, that's my ultimate goal, you know what I'm saying? And I try not to let nobody make me forget that, right. Even though some things is worth sacrificing for, but I try to keep myself out of those predicaments, you know what I'm saying?
All right, shout out your petition so people can know real quick before the phone cut off.
Oh, yeah, man. Y'all can sign up on my petition on change.org / Devaughn Hall. Man, I appreciate it.
Thank you for using GTL.
He said change.org / Devaughn Hall. Basically, he got railroaded. The boy been in there since he was 19 years old. And he was in the Supermax from 2010 through 2018 for 8 years. And he's still there. And they're trying to give him till 2035. He went in when he was 19.
He wasn't even an adult mentally.
And he's 34 now.
Change.org/Devaughn Hall.
Devaughn Hall. And his name is spelled...
That's wild. 15 years for carjacking?
Well, in the state of Virginia, that's the minimum. Because where it went wrong at... See, he didn't want to get too in detail with his case. But basically what happened was he got in a fight with somebody. But the person that he was with ended up taking the car. So because he actually fought the dude and they all lied and said that it was him that took the car, that's what labeled it as carjacking for him. And that's a minimum of 15 years. If you put your hands on somebody while taking somebody's car, 15 years. Automatic.
That's ridiculous.
Robbery is only 5 in the state of Virginia. So, and because he got into a little altercation, I believe they're trying to keep him in there until 2035. And he's 34 now. So he's raised in the system. So, you know, he got railroaded. He's been trying to figure out how to get out because, you know, all he did was fight somebody. That's what? Assault and battery? But because they couldn't prove the evidence, they didn't even take evidence.
Or try to dig.
Or try to. They had video cameras they could have pulled.
For you.
Yeah, they had video cameras they could have pulled. Fingerprints from the car they could have pulled. There was people that lied in the investigation room and then turned around and testified a whole different other story. He needs a good lawyer. Somebody that is not afraid to go against the system for the innocent.
Because I'm pretty sure, I'm disappointed that I didn't get the time to ask him. But you know how you'll have representatives and lawyers and attorneys fighting for you while you're in there because you've been in there too damn long. But I'm pretty sure if you don't have the support or the resources or know where to go or know where to start, I'm pretty sure it's not easy. I swear my hand for goodness, from the first day I'm in prison, I'm trying to figure out how to get out. That would be my goal, get out. You know what I'm saying? And it just has to be very stressful and overwhelming to be in that situation alone.
Yeah.
You know, that right there, I don't understand. I understand we going through shit, but nothing is worth your freedom. You hear that man got 20 minutes out of 24 hours, 20 minutes to share with the outside world.
And then the food is bad. So just think about if you didn't have any money.
Oh my goodness.
You know, people in there feel like they forgot about. Luckily for him, he does have a family that's been riding for him for 15 years. Most people stop after the 3rd year.
That's a fact.
So just imagine you have to live off of mystery meat.
Man.
Don't even know what it is. It got 2 different colors.
Y'all heard the man, but it seems like people love that shit. Because they love going.
They love doing stuff that don't make no sense. Please, y'all. Please, if y'all don't take nothing else from this situation, tonight is Halloween. It's a lot of tricks and fun and weird shit going on. Please, think before you do something. If you are drunk, emotional, whatever, or just pissed off, please think before you actually do something. If you got kids, think about your kids. Think about your mama. Think about your sisters. Think about the people that actually care about you. That will at least make it pause a little bit. You know, you got something to live for. First of all, you don't want to die. And you don't want to lose your freedom.
And it's not like you got to fight for your life in there.
Yeah.
Fight for your life or your health.
You think it's bad out here. You got to watch your back. Or you can't even sleep comfortably.
It's smaller in prison. You think the world is small. It's smaller in there.
And then on top of that, who wants to live in a bathroom for 15 years?
Hello?
Because that's the space that you're living in.
On top of that, I gotta eat. I gotta be able to eat what I want.
You gotta live in.
That's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna come out of jail dead because I'm not gonna eat that shit.
Well,
but I know
eat the common sense.
Yeah. They call the
produce.
vegetarian diet common sense.
Because it's common sense.
That's some wild shit, man.
Yeah. So
it's something to think about. Something to think about, definitely.
Yeah, y'all just be careful because literally every single weekend somebody is getting hurt, somebody's getting killed. These children are losing their fathers.
Yes.
You know, like, it has to stop, y'all. Like, I don't know. Let's try to make up a boxing ring or something. I done seen people say it so many times, but we might need to start a fucking fight club or something.
There is a boxing ring. Shout out to Champs.
Okay.
And also
Champ.
shout out to Tim. I don't know if Tim's at Titans Gym, but shout out to the people that's giving opportunities to the youth and to us adults in the city. Because I think that's what it's all about. Like, when you don't really have a lot of opportunity, you got to figure things out. A lot of people don't have imaginations or healthy imaginations, so they tend to be followers. And when you somewhere where it's small and tight fitted, like this city specifically, because I'll speak on where I'm from.
Yeah, that's all we know.
It can just it gets like that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Talk to somebody. Black people have a problem with talking.
Opening up.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not in our DNA to be going to talk to the next person about our problems, but really, you'll find out some stuff is actually is workable. You can work it. You can maneuver with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with talking to somebody. Getting some help.
It's not. Sometimes you just need a reminder that you are not alone. You know what I mean? And you have options. This world is way bigger than Roanoke. It's way bigger than Virginia. It's way bigger than the United States. So don't miss out and limit yourself to a confined space like prison.
Yes.
Just think about it. Be a punk. And when I say punk, I don't mean like a prison punk. I mean, be a square.
Yeah.
Before you go. I'd rather be a square before I go there. I don't
At least
care.
you have your life.
Stop giving a fuck about what people think about you, first of all. That's a no-no. Like, live your life. Care less about what others feel about you. Yeah, unless it's your loved ones who are like trying to build you and trying to push you to be better. Fuck it, because those people are gonna have your ass locked up. Trust me, I done been there, done that. Been there, done that.
All we're gonna say, we're gonna wrap this up because I know y'all probably like, shit, we ready to go out and party.
Yes, we
you know what I'm saying?
We ain't looking good for nothing.
So,
let's show them us.
All right. Can y'all see? Susie Carmichael. Rated.
Is that how you said? Rated.
Yeah. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
It's been Real Talk with your girl, with your girl, Raiden.
And Susie Carmichael.
We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.